Hi, we're the San Francisco Compute Company, and by we, I mean me and like 14 other people. I'm Evan Conrad, and we're your local supercomputing company. So wait, what button presses? Down. Down. Cool. Okay, yeah, so we sell short-term bursts on really big computers. So these are the things that you would train big AI models on. So they're big GPU clusters. The basic gist of why we exist is that like, if you go and you try and buy a big cluster like this, everybody else will say, hey, we need you to book for like a year to 3 years. And we say, hey, you can buy it for like a week to a month. Basically, if you're like a startup, if you're an academic research lab, you're sort of locked out of the market at the moment. So if you're like one of our customers, like Harvard or Princeton, you have like a 100K grant, you graduate in May, no like realistic GPU provider ever wants to sell to you because like you're never going to recur. Like you're graduating in May, you're going to totally leave, and you only have $100,000, and that's like nothing. Sorry, sorry, that's very little. Because the minimum price is $1 million. So if you can't, well. See you later. Sorry, we like to sell to Ford. Okay, so basic gist is, let me see. There we go, yeah. So the reason why nobody else does this in general is because our competitors are like really smart and they're good at business. And unfortunately, we aren't. And if you don't sell your entire supply every month, your company goes under. So we've existed for a nice 6 months, and every single month we bet the entire company on selling to academic labs, researchers, startups, people who would never, like people who are like us, who nobody would ever sell to. Because the reason why we exist is because we were making basically a generative audio company, and we went to every single provider, including many of the folks that you might have heard of, like Lambda or Together, Foundry, or these folks. Went to literally every single person, and we knew every single person because my co-founder and I used to run this thing called AI Grant. If you know AI Grant, it's like Matt Friedman, Daniel Gross's venture fund, and it was also this grant program. We knew everybody, so we just like literally texted people. And we're like, yo, will you sell us a supercomputer? And they were like, no. That was kind of upsetting. Anyway, so me and Alex, my co-founder, and I sort of like lie down on the couch, and we're like, well, what should we do? And the answer was to declare revenge and drop the price of compute to zero, or as low as we can get it, make the market efficient. Basically go and start a competitor, declare revenge on everybody, screw everybody's margins, your margins are our opportunity. And yeah. Now we sell to people who are like us. All the people that we know personally because we ran AI Grant, and then all the academic researchers in the world. These are the people that are creating your cancer cures. These are your like microbiome researchers. You're like all the people who are creating the new foundational models in all sorts of areas you haven't even heard of, like physics sims, and like quant models, and like weather prediction stuff. All the other modalities that are not language models, that are not image models, that are all the big hype stuff, but things that are actually useful for the world. Those things are pretty good, and we'd like to fund those. Anyway, so here's how the business is going. So we started 6 months ago, and we make about $1 million a year in operational profit. And we make about, and then in March, we have 2 more clusters coming online. This is about 10x's us. These are already bought, paid for, and they're like coming online. We'll make $10 million in operational profit a year. Turns out when you sell short-term bursts, you can charge a higher price point, and the total price for the customer is smaller. The reason why nobody else does this is because you risk your entire business. But you make a lot of money doing it, so this is cool. Theoretically, this isn't actually in the slide, but in the next end of the year, we'll have another like 8,000 or so H100s coming online. That puts us at more like $60 million a year by the end of the year. So yeah, somebody once told us incorrectly that we were the fastest growing AI startup currently. This is wrong, but I would love for you to all think it. So anyway, we have an office in Hayes Valley. It's like cool, I like it, it's pretty. We're about 14 people, and we genuinely love San Francisco. We're like here for San Francisco, we're here to support it, and that's why we named the company that. Also, thank you, Nick Garner, for who came up with the name. I don't know if he's here, but okay, we have 3 main sort of open roles at the moment, and we also have some other weird things, so if you want to pitch us on a thing, we're town. But we're looking for full stack engineers, especially folks who are like really good with like product sense, systems engineers, these are like core Linux programmers, and just generally GPU people. And then an SRE who likes to be woken up in the middle of the night because supercomputers are really hard and we're building a cloud provider and it's really kind of painful. Anyway, so why work on SF Compute? Well, we work on supercomputers. You get to build a cloud provider from scratch. And by the way, we have the largest possible employee equity pool that you can make. We're about 3 times the size of a normal company. And so if you join us with our giant, crazy, risky bet, you also get giant, crazy, risky equity. Cool. Thank you.